Hi, I'm Alex and this is Ginger Head & Co, my sewing vlog. Today we'll be making this top, Inari top by Named Clothing. It's a slight hack with an opportunity to use your cover stitch machine. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more. First I'm going to sew the shoulder seams. I'm using my overlocker, but you can use your regular sewing machine. This is single jersey, so I'm going to stabilize the seams with some satin ribbon. That's 6 millimeters wide. I just place it at the back of each shoulder seam. I place the ribbon over the back shoulder seam and sew through all the layers. So it won't stretch at all. And the other shoulder seam. Just remember to place it at the back. I use this satin ribbon in plenty of colors, I always have some. I'm going to sew the side seams now. The sleeves are set in. You can sew the sleeves flat and then sew the side seams if you prefer. And the other side seam. Shoulder seams and the side seams are done. Now we are going to sew the sleeves. I'm going to sew the side seams of both sleeves. Sleeves are done, now the roll-ups, the cuffs. We're going to sew the shorter side of each cuff. I'm folding them along the long edge with the right sides up. Press your cuffs gently, don't over press them. You are going to press the cuffs properly after the garment is finished. But pressing will help them stay in place. We are pressing to get this crease at the bottom. Now the roll-ups. Place the cuff's right side of the cuff to the wrong side of the sleeve and match the side seams. Remember to match the side seams in the seam allowance. The pattern has 4 notches on the cuffs and the sleeves, so match the notches. So one sleeve is complete with the roll-up. We are going to roll it up after we've finished everything. And the other sleeve. Again, match the seams and match all the notches. The visible seam is going to be covered like that because it's a roll-up. So the sleeves are going to look like that. We're going to set the sleeves in, so we are matching the side seams of the garment and the sleeves, and we are matching the half of the sleeve with the shoulder seam. And I've got the t-shirt wrong side up. The sleeve is inside the t-shirt, right sides together. So the right side of the sleeve and the right side of the t-shirt are matching. And the same for the other sleeve. Now we are going to add the neckband. The neckband is sewn along the shorter edge and the seam allowances are pressed open. I use ribbing for my neckband. Now I'm folding the neckband along the long side in half. I'm marking the half of the neckband. If you prefer, you can make 4 notches every quarter you can make a notch. That will help us set the neckband into the neckline. I'm dividing my neck opening in half as well. I'm going to match the seam on the neckband with the back seam on my t-shirt, but if you prefer, you can do it with the center back of the t-shirt. I'm placing the neckband into the t-shirt and sew. I'm going to pull on the neckband slightly. So stretch the neckband slightly to fit into the neck opening. And the neckband is in. I'm going to cover stitch it, but you can top stitch it using your regular sewing machine as well. Now, if you want to, you can turn the turn-ups up and you can attach them by hand so that you've got an invisible seam. But I'm going to use my cover stitch machine for that as well. I'm turning them up and I'm going to press them gently, and I'm going to sew a line of stitching on my cover stitch. I'm also going to hem the t-shirt on the cover stitch, so let's go to the cover stitch. I'm going to top stitch the neckband using 3 needles. The seam allowances are down. I'm cover stitching through all the layers. I'm trimming the thread because I'm going to overlap the first and the last stitches. The neckband is now top stitched and it looks like that. Now I'm going to hem the t-shirt. You can press your hem, you can pin it, you can baste it, but I'm just using my foot as a guide. And I've put some clips to keep the hem in place. And the hem is done. If you have any excess, you can always trim it later. But I've done okay. Now I want to use the chain stitch to attach my roll-ups. So I'm removing 2 needles. I'm only leaving 1 needle in. I'm also going to remove the thread, so 2 threads from the needles that I'm not going to use. I'm only going to use 1 needle and the looper. I want my chain to be visible, so the wrong side of the sleeve, of the bottom of the sleeve with the roll-up, is facing me. You can choose where you want to have your line of stitching. I want mine quite low. And I'm going to overlap my first and my last stitches. And the first turn up is done. Looks like that. I quite like it. So you can see the chain. And let's do the other sleeve. Again, the wrong side of the fabric is up. And make sure that you are sewing in the same position, so you've got the same distance from the edge as in the first sleeve. All done, and the t-shirt is now completely finished. I just need to press it.